Morning. Is it still morning? No, it's the afternoon where I am. Technology. Waiting all day to go live, right? I go to go live and then I'm getting like error messages with the internet. Of course, it never fails, right? Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be doing this today. For those of you that have been following me for a little bit in this week, we are gearing up for our coach mentorship that is happening in the first of the month. Every month, I start off the month kickstart it with a brand new coach mentorship. So many amazing women joining us for the month of December for our Cash for Christmas event. And we're continuing that momentum by sharing our Busy Moms Build a Business mentorship that's going to kick off in January. And I know we still have a couple of weeks away before we start that. However, I know it's a busy time of year for so many. So let me just also say I thank you for being here, for being a part of this with us, because I know your time is valuable. I am going to get through our presentation as quickly as I can. And so just also know that. But January is a big time of year, right? Not just for fitness and nutrition, but those women who are really ready to make their mark in this world and to give purpose and value and meaning to their career and their job. And I love so much sharing about what it is that I do as a coach, my partnership with BODi, which is now Team BODi, which I will get to in the presentation. But just really excited to be able to share with you the opportunity that you have to build a business from home like this, that not only helps you to create financial freedom and financial support for your family, but also allows you to build a foundation of health and nutrition and fitness and all of those really great things that we are needing in order to live a healthy and a fulfilling life. Okay. Just going to double check here that I am really great things that we are. Oh, good. Yay. We are live in all the right places. Okay. Let me get my screen sharing here up and we will get started. Okie dokie. Excellent. Okay. Let me make it a little bit, get rid of this part. Oh yeah. Okay. That's what I wanted. Okay. Welcome, welcome. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Megan Anderson, and I have been in the fitness industry now for, it's going to be 10 years in 2023. So a little more than 9 years. And it's been just such a pleasure to be able to, be a part of this experience, be a part of these communities, and then also be able to share what it is that I do with so many amazing people. We are going into 2023, which in January, as I mentioned, it's such a huge time of year for so many. And I love to be able to, I always start with my story. I try to be as condensed as I can, but always thinking like what started off for me as something that was going to save me time from home in between my busy working mom life turned into an amazing career path, turned into me helping and developing other leaders so that they could in turn do the same for other women. And you'll see as we go through, I'm going to talk about my vision and who I'm looking for and the types of moms, busy working moms that make up our tribe and our next level leaders and what that looks like, and essentially just educate you. It's never my job to talk you into anything or to coerce you into doing something. It's really my job to educate you, because I think there's so many preconceived notions about what network marketing is, what direct sales means, what could that mean for you, what it looks like, and then like what exactly it is that we do to see if it would be a good fit for you, right? Okay. So today we are going to be covering who we are as a team. What does being a coach mean? What it means to partner with BODi. And again, this is new to this term BODi. Beachbody on Demand. Beachbody, the Beachbody company has been around for a super long time. We're going to get into that too. We're also going to talk about they recently are getting ready to go through a rebrand. So they've started changing their names to Team BODi. The BODi letters stand for Beachbody On Demand Interactive. So Beachbody On Demand is our wellness online demand platform. and then they've just kind of coined that to be BODi. We'll get to that in a second. Being part of our community, what that means. We're also going to be addressing those common questions that I get asked. I think, again, there's a lot of misconnotations. Is that the right word? I feel like also we've come a long way, right? Like maybe the 80s and 90s network marketing was like weird and icky. It has come so far, I can't even tell you. And like even light years from when I first started, like I didn't know what network marketing was. That's, a big part of my story too, is I was a business owner previous to this. And when I found out about the business model, I was immediately hooked. I thought it was just such a smart business model, exactly what it was that I was looking for. And it was almost like it was created with me in mind. And I didn't hear the term network marketing until much later into the business. And I started to think, what does that mean even, right? So it really just depends on like your education of it, right? What do you know about what that means? We're going to talk about how to earn income and how to get started. So wanting to really talk with you mostly about what it is that we're looking for, right? Because the big part of you being here and the reason why you were invited here was to see if this was going to be a good fit for you, right? Because we realize that it's not for everyone. This is definitely not something that everyone wants to do or can do. It's not hard, it's not rocket science, but it really does take a certain type of individual to be able to really fall in love and be successful with this business. There are a lot of pros, some cons if you look at it that way. But really, again, my job is to educate you a little bit more about our team, what it is that we're looking for, what we're all about, to see if you make a good fit, to see if it would be a good fit for you. Okay, so who we are and our mission. We are empowering women who love fitness and are looking to build a life of freedom, fulfillment, and legacy. In our purpose-driven approach, we pay it forward together by contributing to others through love, service, and giving to ultimately make an impact in other moms' lives, women's lives. Working moms with faith-based values, leading with love, service, value, who are looking for more. Hardworking, determined, figure-it-outable mentality. Never give up, disciplined, self-motivated, goal-oriented. We are an organization full of women who believe in themselves and are not afraid to live out loud and do the things that fill them up and exude joy. So one of the things that I wanted to come in and say was in the very beginning, when I first got started with this business, I was afraid of what people would think of me. That is a big part of my story too. That is a big part of what has held me back. And so when we talk about these types of, hardworking, figure-it-outable women, belief is a huge part of what makes us successful. Believing in the products and the programs is where it starts first, right? So while there are certainly a lot of people who come into the business looking for a business, most of our most successful people were born out of our accountability groups. They were a customer first, like I was. 20-something years ago, I started with my DVDs, my VHS tapes. I thought they were thinking they were behind me. They're in my gym. And I was looking for something that was going to save me time. And I was working out in my bedroom for like 10 minutes a day, right? But I was hooked and immediately found product program after program after program and just fell in love with that whole thing. They kept pumping out content. I did next program after next program after next program in between all of my children. They were each kid put me well over 200 pounds, overweight, would get back, have a baby, get back. Like that was my plan. But I fell in love with the process. I fell in love with the programs. And so by the time the opportunity had presented itself, by the time after kid number 3 came along, I was like, heck yeah, because I already loved the programs. I was already getting a transformation. It was just plug and play, part of my day. We were running our own family business. Kids were in daycare, 3 kids, little kid. It was a crazy, busy time, stressed out, burnt out. And so when I found the opportunity, I was like, oh my gosh, you mean I can come home, be home with my kids, do this, provide for my family, still be the business owner, entrepreneur that I've always wanted to be, but also create a business surrounding something that I loved so much. It was like the best part of my day, right? So our most successful coaches are actually people that come from our accountability groups. They start with a program, they commit to it, they get a transformation, and then it's almost like by accident, they just start sharing that and getting excited about that. And they don't even mean to be doing it, right? But they're our most successful cheerleaders because they're there, finding inspiration in the trainers or the programs or how they feel because they are consuming Shakeology or something to that effect, right? Again, there are a lot of women that do come in looking for a business opportunity, but most women are born from our accountability groups, are born from being customers first. And so, when we come in and we talk about that belief, the belief in yourself that you can do this, believing, getting behind the products is number one. Your job is your journey. So, certainly we wouldn't want you to be a part of what it is that we're doing if you can't back up the programs, if you can't back up what it is that you're consuming and doing. If you don't believe in it, then it's going to be hard to share with somebody else, right? And so that's another big component, like aside from Beachbody, aside from partnering with us and our team, like if you're looking for a business model like this, if you're looking for network marketing, make sure that it's a product that you love, like that you have had a life-changing experience from, or that you can have a life-changing experience from, right? So that's a huge core beginning effort, believing in the programs and the products, and then having belief in yourself. As I mentioned in the very beginning, that was a big thing that held me back for a long time. I believed wholeheartedly in the products. I knew that this was something that I could make work. My general background was in sales. I did have our own business and our own company, but I was a salesperson. So I knew that I could sell these products. I knew that I could do that aspect of it. What always hung over my head was that, oh, you're doing this little Beachbody thing. Oh, you're coming home to do this, and you're not working your brick and mortar business anymore. And learned from that experience. But really having that belief in the programs and the products start first, your belief in yourself, and not being afraid to live out loud, right? We want to shout from the mountaintops how amazing an opportunity like this is, because it is. And I'm going to show you exactly a little bit more about that. Okay. So, and if you have questions in the meantime, I'm going to flip back and forth here. I think I should be able to see any chats that you guys, any comments that you have. Just make sure that you put those in the comments below, or even if you're watching the replay, you can put those and I can come back later to answer those as well. So just a heads up on that. Okay, so being a coach is about three things. Number one, living a healthy and fulfilling life. Number two, supporting others on their journey. And number three, inspiring others to do the same. So as I mentioned, you are a product of the product. Having belief in the programs and the products is key, and your job is your journey, as I just mentioned. So you are consuming a program. You have committed to a program from day one to day finish, and you are committed to following that program. We actually have a lot of really cool ways to do that now. It's funny because we would say you should get committed to a program from day one to whatever, which is essentially true. You're making the commitment to yourself, though, because now we have a mix of structured programs that you can follow, like the 21-day fix or Lift 4, Lift More, things of that nature. But we also have our interactive platform that I mentioned, BODi. Beachbody On-Demand Interaction is our platform of live classes. So you have the ability to actually go in and take a live class. It's similar to like how a Zoom setup would be. You're part of the podcast if you want to be, or you can watch a recording. So we have a mixture of structured programs, live programs, interactive programs. It's really what's going to work best for you, right? Some people wake up in the morning and they're like, oh, I feel like cardio today, or oh, I feel like yoga today, right? You just push play. You just find what works for you, whether it's the trainer or the length of the program or the fitness ability level, and you just push play. Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. And then if you follow a structured program, there's a workout calendar to follow. It's actually funny. I was talking to one of my coaches today about this. We do also have calendar, like a 3-week calendar, 3-4-week calendar you can follow for these live classes too, which is pretty cool. So we're working in, like, I'll do my own calendars for my accountability groups, and there's different other ways to follow it, just depending on really what works best for you, right? That's living a healthy and fulfilling life, meaning doing what's best for you. But you're a product of the product. You're consuming the product, you're consuming the service, and that is the number one job. Your job is your journey, okay? And then number two is supporting others on your journey. So a big part of what I do as a coach is I run these online accountability groups. So they're virtual accountability groups, and we just support each other. I post daily in there, motivation, inspiration. I share my workout. I share what I'm doing. I share what I'm eating. We talk about meal planning. I share meal plans with people, all kinds of different things, supporting the new people that come in and join me on this journey. And the really fun part to me, I love, after all of these years, I'm still on my journey. I'm still doing the thing. I'm still pushing play, right? So it's like I'm linking arms with these people and I'm like, come on and do this with us, right? It's not like the Megan show and I'm not in there going, you need to do this, but I'm over here eating candy and whatever, right? So we're literally doing everything all together. We have a really awesome exclusive app that's off of social media, right in your phone, where you can like log your workout, you log your water, you check into the group. And can I just say right now, I'm so proud of my moms. They are on fire. And I have never seen so much support and encouragement as I have since the last 3 months. I shifted gears on some of the things that I was doing in there. We added a lot of new people, a lot of new moms. We've got a lot of new programs that they are starting, functional fit, like just so many different aspects of it, but we are on fire in there. And every morning when I go in, I have like 30 to 40 messages, notifications in here that of moms that are doing their thing and staying consistent through the holiday season. So seriously, shout out to all my moms that are killing it right now inside of our group. And then the third thing is sharing your journey. So, it used to be about like, hey, I'm working out. Here's my sweaty selfie. And you're sharing that on social media. But right now, and we'll also get into a little bit further down into the presentation, is really sharing why you're doing what you're doing. So you are sharing and building your business on social media. You can also do it in person. I'm a group fitness instructor and trainer, and I work in our community as well. So I not only share in person, but mostly online. And so you're sharing and inspiring others to come along with you, essentially, right? But the cool thing is when you partner with a company like BODi and be part of our organization, you're sharing your own what makes up you. So for example, I'm a mom. I do a lot of functional fitness training. Like functional fitness is my jam. I really love the idea of working on your body so that you are leading a healthy and fulfilling life for life, right? It's not anymore for me about, having a six pack or wearing a bikini. It is more about functional living and being able to do the work in the gym that's purposeful and meaningful and feels incredibly amazing, that translates outside in the world, that allows you to live your life and be strong and have a ton of energy, right? I'm 48 years old, so I'm going to be 49 in March. And so right now it's about, that's what I'm talking about. What are the benefits that doing this give to me? Why am I doing this? Why am I coaching? Why am I being a part of my accountability group? What is it giving me? How is it helping me? And that's how I help other moms, by talking to them about what they will get when they're a part of our community, what that means when they're a part of the online groups or when they do the programs, how they're going to feel, what the benefits are that they're going to see, help them to see that. I help them by inspiring them by helping them to see that. I'm not always saying, okay, drink your Shakeology on social media, like sipping like that, or sweaty selfies. It's really kind of a next level when we talk about sharing on social media. And we'll get into that. There is so much more to be said, which is cool. Okay, so partnering with BODi, as mentioned, their motto and their mission has always been the same. They have actually been around for, I think since 2007. Their mission has always been help people achieve their goals and enjoy healthy and fulfilling lives. Since day one, they have always had this mission. They are the only company that delivers a total solution to millions of people. Fitness, nutrition, community. It is literally the total solution. You will go to some places like Peloton and have the actual equipment and workouts themselves, but there's not a nutrition component. Or you can go and have your online accountability with, going to Weight Watchers or something like that, but then you're missing the fitness component, right? When you go to the gym, you have all these separate components, but it's not ever married together. So that is a big part of what we do. Is we are industry leading, offering solutions that combine fitness, nutrition, and peer support to deliver real sustainable results, which is huge, guys. When you think about all the things you put together You want that to be sustainable. It's not like 30 days and you're done. It's not like a quick fix. There's nothing quick fix about coaching or Beachbody or any of that. It is meant to be a lifestyle change for someone that they can sustain throughout their life. And so I mentioned briefly in the beginning that they're going through a rebranding, which is really, really, really awesome. We got word earlier this year that they're going to be going through this sort of rebranding, renaming. They were sharing with us that, back in the day when they named the company Beachbody, they really weren't thinking of it as a negative connotation. The company is based out of Santa Monica, California. So I'm sure they were thinking like beachy vibes, right? Because that's where they all were from. But the mission has always been the same, to lead healthy and fulfilling lives. And it hasn't been till much later now, especially with the onset of social media, that we're seeing so much in our feed, right? That the diet and the fitness industry is like pounding on our door saying, looking good and all these bodies, da, 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 da. If you look good, you will be happy. When the truth is, you're happy when you feel good on the inside, right? So now we are moving forward into 2023 with these absolutely incredible additions to our platform. And we are taking these ideas to a new level. Not only are we going to have the fitness and the nutrition and the peer support, but we have hired a brand new vice president of personal development, and we are going to be infusing our online platform with mindset work. Personal development. I'm so excited because this is actually a big part of what we do in my community, in my personal online groups. Mindset is a huge thing that we talk about. We talk about, journaling and morning routines and how important it is to set yourself up for success. And then if you don't change the things that are happening with the 6 inches between your ears, then the rest of you won't change, right? There are so many women that I work with, moms that I work with, that are literally confused about what is important about health. And so being able to educate and help women, again, over the last few months, I have noticed so much of that trend where I'm trying to help women unlearn these bad behaviors that we were all brought up with, from diet culture and fat-free this and low-carb that and all these extreme ways to do things. And really what we want to talk about is, what is it that you need, And we're also finding that everybody's different, right? There is no one size fits all. And what works for me might not work for you, but that's the beauty of what we do, is we dive in to find out what exactly is going to work for you and then help to match you with those programs that are going to push you in the right direction for your specific needs and goals. So coming in March, Beachbody is officially going to be BODi, Team BODi, on all of its logos and all the different things. They've started to transition some things over on Facebook, and they've started to hashtag it and reference it and things of that nature, but everything will be completed by the spring. Okay, so let's get into some of the fun stuff. Okay, so when you are a part of our network marketing company, you not only have ability to earn income, but you have the ability to earn stuff that's fun, like going places and recognition. So we have a monthly recognition. There's monthly swag that you can win for hitting your benchmarks. Helping at least 3 people a month is kind of where you get started. You can earn trips. There are live events. We have a Success Club trip. I'm actually on the Market Council for the Massachusetts Market Council. We do these quarterly events that are called Super Weekends. So our next one is coming up January 8th. So mark your calendar, because those actually happen all over the country at the same time everywhere. So it's either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday of that same weekend, and you can go to an in-person event and mingle with other Beachbody coaches. I love these events. When I first signed up, I remember thinking, I think I was like, I signed up in March. The first event I went to, I remember thinking, how many could there possibly be, in my backyard in little old Massachusetts? And I was blown away. It was a huge event in a ballroom, and it was at the time where T25 was being launched. And so we were getting a sneak peek of a sample of his workout. And so we did watch we worked out to the video on a projector, and it was just, the energy was incredible. From then on, Super Weekend live events are non-negotiable for me and my team. And that should be something that is on your radar, on your calendar every single quarter, no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't think I've ever missed one, unless because of COVID, we were virtual. But other than that, and now I help run the Massachusetts Market Council. We also have an annual trip that is our summit. So we all gather together every single year. It's different every year. I think this year, where is it going to be? Texas, San Antonio. I'm so excited. I already have my room. It's going to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful event. I cannot wait. And we also have been talking on our team about what's coming up in 2023. So our next level leaders, we are planning our first retreat for next year. And so if you become a part of our team, I will let you in on how you can earn a spot on our retreat next year. So that is super fun. And of course, you get paid on a weekly basis Thursday in the coaching world. So that is pretty cool. And let me just also say, I always have to say, Team Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody coach opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own effort, diligence, and skill. And really all that means is you get out what you put into it, right? And the other really cool thing is that you have the opportunity to make as much or as little as you want. We'll talk as we get into, that we have 3 types of coaches that I work with, and you can kind of see which kind of place you fall into. But there really is no limitations to what it is that you can do with a business like this. Okay. So just some awesome pictures to share with you guys. I tried to pull out some of my transformations. This one is before Beachbody, and then I had some other different transformations. Was even able to step on stage not once but twice, doing my programs for a couple of bikini competitions. This was one of our not maybe 2 summits ago, which look, I'm a blonde. So 2019 was that. And so we are actually part of one of the number 1 teams in the network, which is pretty exciting. For 2021, we were number 1, which was just super cool. So the really awesome other part about when you become a part of what we're doing is that we have tools and trainings that are literally from the top leaders in the company. They've made it, to the top 10, earned, the income and the commissions that, we can dream of. And they put together these trainings for us. So everything that I have access to, everything that I do and I train my team on has come from our top leaders who have gone before, have paved the way, and are showing us what to do. So I love that I can, be confident in the fact that you are going to learn what it takes in order to build a business if you so desire to do that. Okay. So we were in Punta Cana for one of our trips. We've been to Cancun, Mexico. They do have, they've had some different ones every year, but I have only been on these couple. I have earned them, but we don't always get to go. Truth be told, I'm not a huge fan of cruises. There's been a lot of cruises, and I have not participated in that, even though I've earned a spot on them. That's my own personal hang up. And then I earned a spot at the New Leader Conference last year before, something to that effect. I can't remember. I should put the dates in there, what year that was. But that was an incredible experience. When you get to a certain level in your business, you earn a spot, and it's a coveted invitation to these events. And so it is a very small, select few people that can get invited to these New Leader Conferences. And it basically is like you have grown your business to a certain place, and then the leadership training is geared towards where you are in your business at that point to get you to the next level. So that was in Las Vegas. That was a ton of fun. We had our brand new trainer, Jennifer Jacobs, was just coming out with her program at that point. So she worked out, and that was so fun. And then here are some shots from our Super Weekend events. I went to Orlando and got to see Joel. And then I, of course, mentioned I worked the one in Boston here, and he was also there last winter, which was cool. Okay. Frequently asked questions. Does anybody have any questions before I start? Making sure you guys are all here. Okay. Okay. So, I think a good one that I hear is I don't want to be a salesperson. And it's like, I almost kind of like think, I hate to break it to you, but this is sales. This is what we do. However, um, when it's about being authentic, as I mentioned, the belief in the programs, the products, when you can get behind what you're doing, it's not, I don't feel like I'm selling anybody. I feel like I'm talking to them about all the benefits and why I am like on fire about my stuff, why it works for me, to see if it will work for you, right? So it's, again, not my job to coerce you or make you do something. It's really about educating someone, right? And it's about being authentic to who you are, like standing behind the program, standing behind the products, right? And we also talk about focusing on your brand and your story. And I think that that's a big component, because mentioning authenticity, you want to be honest. You want to be honest through your sharing, right? And then when you start to talk to somebody naturally about what the programs and what this whole experience has done for you, they can't help but be, drawn into you and who you are and what you stand for. And that's really what it's all about. It's, what do you stand for when it comes to a business like this? What are you looking to accomplish? And your belief that you can help somebody else with the programs and the products or the coaching opportunity. Do I need a lot of time to be successful? No, it's actually kind of funny, because when I first got started, we were trained that the harder you work, the more success that you're going to have. But what really happens when you start to think and have that mentality is burnout. And there's no way that anyone can work any type of a business 24/7 and think that they could be successful at it. It just doesn't happen, right? So what we do train on is being intentional with our time. And I will also tell you that the majority of the coaches in this business and on our team already have full-time jobs. Most coaches come into this opportunity working a full-time job, and they're looking at this as a part-time income, or they're looking to transition it from a part-time to a full-time income. But it's going to take some time, right? So in order to be successful, we can break that up in pockets of your day. But it's really about being intentional and being focused. I have a lot of tools that I share with my leaders about time blocking, time management, and just how to be successful in the short amount of time that you do have. I do believe that you can 100% be successful in an hour, a couple hours a day. Also knowing that you get out what you put into it. So it's a matter of you setting up what your goals are with a business like this, and then us matching what that looks like for you. And that is individualistic, of course. Do you need to be a fitness expert? Of course not. The really cool thing about what it is that we do, or we have, is it's already been set up for you. So Beachbody's experts have created the programs. They have created the choreography, right? You don't have to create the workouts. Those are done for you. You have the trainers that are on there cueing you through succession safely, right? So you don't have to worry about being a fitness expert. The nutrition programs, platforms, all of that stuff, experts have created that for us. They have already created all the things that we need to do. All we are doing is guiding someone through the programs, right? If you are a fitness expert or a fitness professional, hey, you have that advantage, right? Because you can put that extra spin on things and put a little bit more of your brand in there, right? So some of what I do is I will work with someone and say, hey, look, do you live close to me, or do you live on the other side of the world? What kind of workouts do you like? And when I gather all of their goals and all the information together, then I can say to them, hey, look, you live right down the street. Not only can we work together in our online community, but you can come and see me in class a couple times a week, right? Whatever mix looks best for you, right? So if there are trainers and there are fitness professionals that are in our industry and that are coaching. They're either using this business as an extra tools in their toolbox to use that augment what they're already doing in their business. They're using those tools to reach people that they wouldn't normally be able to reach, that are not in their backyard. And they're just kind of marrying the two things together. I will also say that a lot of fitness professionals come in and didn't realize how badly they needed a team to help support them in their fitness business. That's a huge, huge point that we are hearing across the board over and over and over, from fitness professionals to personal trainers, that they were alone in their business, that they were trying to run their thing all by themselves in a gym or from home. And when they joined our online communities, our teams, gyms, our online fitness communities, they never felt so supported and so loved, which juiced them to want to do more for their business and more for their customers, right? So kind of a couple different ways to look at it. You do not need to be an expert. You do need to be versed in the products. I would definitely implore you to go in and try the programs, learn a little bit more about them. So then you're able to guide somebody a little bit better, right? The only reason I'm so successful today is because I've been at it for 20 years, right? I've been doing the programs forever and ever and ever. So I can tell you based on what you think about what you need, I can tell you right now what workout program is going to work for you best, right? And so it's your job as just a coach to help people navigate through the resources, and then you're just supporting them along the way. So knowing where to say, hey, look, you're struggling with a meal plan, check out the blog here. There's a big meal plan you can download, right? So there's all kinds of resources for you guys that we have at our fingertips too, if you're not having any of those on your own. And this one, I should rephrase this. Do I need to be at my goals yet? I feel like people are like, when I get to a certain place, then I'll coach, or I'm not quite ready yet. But I think that you have to flip the script on that. I think that you need to put yourself in the place of the person who's just getting started and say to them, look, I don't know what I'm doing. I have not got started myself. I'm not at my goals yet, but it'd be cool if we could do this together. Would you be my accountability buddy and run alongside me, right? Because I think that you're that much more relatable when you're going through the steps together. Sometimes when you see these experts out here, you see these ones where you're, ripped abs and you're at not quite the final finished product, but for someone that's just starting, that's a hard look. That's a hard view, right? So when you can actually bridge that gap and become more relatable, it's really an amazing process to see you start before you're ready, before you feel like when all the stars align, then I can do ABC. Just start. Just get started. Learn as you go, and don't be afraid to put the one foot in front of the other. Oh, I love this one. Do I have a large following on social media? Okay, so I literally, when I mentioned you guys when I first started that I was running my own business, and we literally I was door to door. I was knocking on doors. I was driving in my cars. I was looking up people in the yellow pages. There was no email, was just starting. Facebook maybe had just surfaced at that point when I signed up. Instagram wasn't invented yet. There was no TikTok. There was none of the social media, guys. So this was a huge learning curve for me. It still is. Because social media has changed so much even from then till now, right? Like it changes on a weekly basis, it seems like, right? So everything that you need to learn and know is taught to you through our team's training. I've actually invested over the years in my own social media training. So it's allowed me to develop the skills and the things that I need to know for myself in order to be able to train our team and get you guys on the right path too. I mentioned that I'm part of a large number one team as well, social media gurus, young social media gurus on the team. And so there was no shortage of trainings and ways to learn about how to grow your business on social media. So don't ever think that, I can't do this on social media. We all started from somewhere. We all started not knowing anything. And you're in really good hands. Let me just tell you that, right? Okay. Let's see. And I kind of touched upon the teams because sometimes you feel like when you're growing your business at home, you are by yourself. Like, right, I am here by myself in my office most of the time, but I really don't ever feel alone. I have so many different outlets, different communities. I have questions that I feel like I need to ask. I have places to ask those things. We support each other. Our team is incredible. Not only some of our bigger teams, but our smaller teams. And what I love to really do is have those little, what do you want to call those, little message pods and things like that, full of small groups of women that are on the same journey together. We just actually talked about in our online community for our Fit Gym, creating a message thread so that they could be a little bit more interactive with each other, supporting each other, and just being able to ask questions at the ready when they feel stuck with something. So not only in your fitness journey, you have access to a support and teams of moms and women, but you have for your business as well. There's always going to be a place for you to go, whether it's asking me to support you and get questions answered, or our team pages, and BODi also has a myriad of online areas to get questions and trainings and so on. So there's never nothing for you to do for sure and ask. Okay, so fun. How do I earn income? This is probably everybody's favorite topic, right? Okay, so as a coach, and I mentioned to you this before, we have two aspects, two buckets to fill as a coach. We've got the products and the experience that you get when you join our accountability group, and then it's the team that you join and become a part of and build. Okay, so there's two buckets that you filled. So as a coach selling products, you make a retail commission of 25% on any product that you sell. Okay, so that's anything from, our supplements to apparel to anything that you can imagine that we have in our back office. 25% commission. You also get a 25% discount, so you do also get to take advantage of that as well. There are a lot of different ways now to earn commissions. We have, as I mentioned, our online platform. We have residual income. So for example, if someone purchases a package that has Shakeology in it or any of other supplements, you'll earn an income from that. Let's say, for example, you earn a $30 commission in month one. From selling one person Shakeology in their package, right? And then in month two, you sell another one. And then you also keep the same customer from the first one. So now you've made the commission from the first one and the month before. So now that you've doubled your income, right? In month three, you sell another one. And then the other two people from the previous 2 months stay, you see it kind of adds up, and that's just with one, right? So think about it if you're helping anywhere from 3 to 5 people a month and how that compound effect can grow. And that's just with retail sales. Okay, so those are just your commissions for retail. Once you start to grow and add to your team, you start to be able to take advantage of bonus pools and cycles and different things like that. One of the things that I can drill into a little bit deeper with you, and I can send you a video of our compensation plan that takes it to a next step. But really, when you start to add people into your team, the volume grows. So let's say we're all selling 1 to 2 to 3 to 5 people every single month, right? There's also some points that come through our back office on that. And the points add up. And so once the points start to add up to a certain place, then they start to give us our cycle bonuses. So when you add 2 coaches to your team, you've got one on the right, one on the left, and that means you're an emerald coach. Then you start to collectively earn bonuses. You start to, in addition to your retail commissions, you start to earn bonuses. When you start to add people to your team, so many within the month, you get fast start bonuses. Once you start to achieve a certain rank in your business, then you start to also then be able to take advantage of our quarterly bonus pool that Beachbody has for all their coaches. And it increases as you grow in your team. But I don't want you to get bogged down by that information when you first start. Everything that you're going to need to know, we will train all along the way. So when you first get started, we're talking about the basics. I have a task list for you to follow. I have basic things that you can be doing on every single day that you can be confident in to build your business and work every single day. Take action to take the business to the next place where you want to go. And then when you're ready for the next place, then we'll talk about that and we'll train on that. And so when I get my new coaches started, I help and steer them along the path, right? It's up to you to really indicate to me what it is that you want as a new coach, what your goals are and your pace that you want to go in. And then I will kind of push the reins from there. But I don't want you to feel like you're going to come into something and have no clue what to do. We all came in like that. We all came in at ground zero. I had no idea what anything of this was all about. I was not a fitness professional or a fitness expert. All I had was the experience that I was going through myself. And I just knew how it felt. And I knew how much I loved what I was doing in my little gym at home, my little home basement gym. And I knew that other women were struggling with that too. And I was like, you bet your booty I can help and teach other people how to do this, even on the little experience that I have. And the rest I'll learn along the way. When I need to know something, then I'll learn, right? And so I don't want you to feel like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about, or I don't know what that means, or how do I get Don't worry about how to get there just yet. Let's start with the basics. Let's start you with a program. Let's start you getting a transformation of your own. And then we'll talk about what those next steps are as they come and as you're ready. Okay. So, how much does it cost to get started? And I love answering this question too, because I think back again to when I started my brick and mortar business. We started our business in 2000, and it was $100,000 investment, easy. We had family members to help us with that, but it was a big investment, a big one. We had inventory, we had a office park rental, utilities, taxes. We had a fleet of vans. That meant service and gas and tolls and employees. And it was a lot. When you get started with this company, with your business, it starts you at $160. And that gives you everything you need to start. Workouts for a year, some products to try, your sign-up fees included, and you get all of our personal mentorship training and systems. Okay, so think about that for a second. I also feel like that's another reason why a lot of people, when they get started, are like, it's only $160, right? If you had $100,000 investment, you'd be up all night long working that business, right? So that's also an adjustment too. You don't have a big investment, but the cool part is that your investment is so low, but you also have the ability to make as much as somebody that has a big box gym or a chain of McDonald's. Like, think about that, right? Except you're not burdened with the headaches of employees, of inventory, of going somewhere, the convenience of working your business from Wi-Fi or your phone, right? Like, think about those pros and cons. The other big thing about with a box gym or like a franchise of sorts is you're paying crazy monthly fees in order to use their logos, and you have to follow their rules on the logos, right? But you're paying these huge fees to keep things going, right? And you have these big quotas to meet when you have box gyms, McDonald's, and all of those kinds of things, right? Every year you have to resurface those places, like all of those things. As a coach, your membership fee is $15.95. That includes marketing, that includes training, resources, online website ordering, your shipping, your customer service, your tech support. All of that is taken care of by Beachbody. You don't house any inventory, you don't have any of that, right? I think about what a gift this is, that you could have an incredible business for $160 investment. And the biggest goal that I always talk about with any of my new coaches is our goal is to make that 160 back for you within the first 30 days. And I can show you how to easily do that. Okay. So here's kind of like a little bit of an overview on what some of our things look like. I was looking last night to see what I needed to update. But I think we're doing pretty good. They are, as I mentioned, everything's migrating to BODi in the spring. So we have two platforms, Beachbody On Demand and Beachbody On Demand Interactive. And the Beachbody On Demand is going away. It's not going away. It's just going to be named one thing, and it's just going to be one platform. So it's going to be less complicated, easier to understand. But for the most part, the pricing has always kind of been the same. You get access, as I mentioned, to Beachbody On Demand for a whole entire year. You get access to our two nutrition platforms. You get a shaker cup. You get the containers. Those are kind of fun. I should have brought a box with me. You get access to any of my groups, coaching, my Beachbody On Demand groups, my BOD groups, our Facebook communities, all of the things that I run, you have access to. And then you have access to your online back office where you have trainings. In addition to all the things that I train you on, you have access to Beachbody corporate information and trainings as well. And you have a choice now with a lot of the supplements. I don't think I included all of those, but you have a choice. So we can talk about what that looks like for you when you're ready. Okay. I mentioned that there was this BODi BOD thing. It's going to be one and the same. And we can talk about what that looks like and what it is that you need. And really, I typically try to stay away from all the wording and just talk to you about what you're interested in and then recommend the best pricing, because it can get sometimes a little bit convoluted with all of the new information. We have our new cycling stuff. So the podcast, all of that is in there right now. We're having an incredible sale on our cycling integrated program. So we have the Mix Bike. We combined businesses with Mix. Open Fit a couple of years ago now. It's been a couple of years. And it's just been an incredible addition. I love the bike. I've never been into spin before in my life. And I just bought it because I thought, well, I'm going to kind of need it, right? If I want to be a successful coach. Everyone's like, you'll love it. They were right. I do. I love it. It comes with this 32-inch screen, touch screen with a heart rate monitor. I feel like that in itself is worth it. Plus I got a kettlebell and a set of weights with it and 2 huge mats. Like it was worth every penny. I absolutely love it. And I love incorporating it into my week. From someone that came from following structured programs all the time, it's really been fun to take live classes, to also integrate cycling into my week. And I love how now the programs will say, you'll be like, do strength and this. And then on your cardio day, you can do the bike, and just, I love it. It's a no-brainer for me. For me personally, being a fitness professional, so I always say that I came into this industry a little bit backwards, right? I started off as a customer, doing my own thing, right? But becoming a coach and opened all these other doors for me. So it opened the ability for me to become a group certified instructor. So I became certified in Insanity and P90X, PIO, Core Force, several of their online programs. Teaching in public, I got certified with precision nutrition, doing that certification. So kind of like opened this door for me. So now, as I am doing the programs and also teaching live classes, I just actually opened up my own live studio up the street here, which has been an amazing adventure in itself. But thinking about how the two things marry with each other has really been exciting. For me, for my own personal training, I love to just zone out. I love to just push play and listen to my favorite trainer help me get stronger and better in my own personal fitness. And then a lot of times I can take that education that I'm getting and bringing it out into my fitness professional world and talk to my customers about that and teach them how to implement these tools to improve their life, not just in person, but at home as well. So now I want you guys to start thinking about, what can becoming a coach do for me, right? I want you to start to really dream big. We talked about in the very beginning, that we were looking for a certain type of mom for our team. And, as much as I would love to say, like, anyone can do this, it really isn't for everybody, right? And I understand that. I think that anyone can do it, but only a certain type of person is going to want to create an opportunity like this, right? Someone that is determined, motivated, self-sufficient, right? I feel like for me, I don't need a lot of motivation. I was talking about this with one of my other leaders the other day. Like, I don't need someone to tell me to work out or to get me up in the morning. Like, that's something that I love. This is just part of my day. I get up. I don't feel like myself if I don't get my fitness, my workout in. It feels good to take care of my nutrition and do that stuff. And then I can get excited and do that for other people, right? I'm determined to build this business. I'm determined to take our team in 2023 to become a 5-star elite team. What does that mean? That means that I have taught 5 women how to grow their businesses to a new level and give them financial freedom. That's what that means for me, right? So thinking about what it is that you want. What are your goals and dreams? What could a business like this do for you? I also mentioned that there are 3 types of coaches that we work with, right? So the first type of a coach is a hobby coach. This is someone that comes into our groups and is our biggest cheerleader. They love the programs. They love getting the discount because they love Shakeology or Performance Line or whatever other supplements they're consuming. And they just can't get enough of the community. They love talking about it. It's part of their life. They are our biggest cheerleaders. Then coach number 2 is a hobby coach, where they're just interested in getting their products paid for, making a couple extra bucks. They are also coach number 1, where they're our biggest cheerleaders and motivators, but they really don't see beyond that, or maybe they just don't feel like that having anything more would be something that is a goal for them, right? And then there are coaches that are all in, big dreamers that want to go full-time into this business. They are coach number 1, coach number 2, and coach number 3 is somebody that is determined and motivated and ready to take it to the next level. They want to either replace their husband's income, they want to come home from their own job, maybe they're looking at putting their children in private school, whatever their big dream is, right? But they are all in on all the things. So those are things that I want you to be thinking about, right? And I would love to field any questions that you have about anything that you saw today. Oh no, are we losing our internet now? I hope not. Just maybe the Canva. I would love to field any questions that you guys had at this point. Again, if you need to come back later to ask questions, that's great. You can always send me an email. How do we get started? So the next step for you is to basically send me a message, and we'll talk about where you are right now, where you want to go, and we'll talk about the details and get you started, which pack is going to work best for you, how that is going to be determined. Again, I know that this is a busy time of year for everyone, so I wanted to do this now in order to kind of set you guys up to be thinking about, how do I want to start my January? We're going to have a brand new Fit Gym theme starting in January. I'm collaborating with another coach to bring some next level leadership into not only our fitness and accountability groups, but our leadership and our team as well. So I'm really excited about the way things are going into heading of the year, and we would love for you to be a part of our next level leadership. If you have questions or want more information on something else, please send me a message. I have that compensation plan that I can send you. If you signed up for the email for the webinar, you will be getting emails from me and talk to you a little bit more in depth about what's next. Okay, so thank you so much for taking the time to be here and listen. And if you guys, again, have any questions, please let me know. And I appreciate it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the team.